Hey everyone, Pre-Med Mama here. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm in Kaplan's Biology Review Book, Chapter 1, Section 1-3. I'm going to be talking about the classification of bacteria by shape, as well as aerobes and anaerobes. If you like what you hear today, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you want to, share it with some friends or family. Thanks for your support. Okay, classification of bacteria by shape. This is important because when we classify bacteria by shape, we provide scientists and doctors, like we will be soon, a common language to talk about bacteria, as well as a way to identify different species of bacteria. Most bacteria exist in one of three shapes. There's an excellent picture in your Kaplan book on page 16 showing these three types. You can also search online if you want a visual. The first category of shape for bacteria is called cocci. That's spelled C-O-C-C-I, cocci. Cocci include common pathogens such as Streptococcus pyogenes. Next, we have rod-shaped bacteria, like E. coli, for example. Rod-shaped bacteria are called bacilli. That's spelled B-A-C-I-L-L-I. Finally, spiral-shaped bacteria, known as spirilli, include species such as Treptonema pallidum, which causes syphilis. I like to think of the bacteria shape sort of like pieces of pasta. It helps me to remember the shapes and what they look like. Moving on to aerobes and anaerobes. Some bacteria require oxygen for survival, while others do not. Bacteria that require oxygen for metabolism are called obligate aerobes. That's obligate, O-B-L-I-G-A-T-E, aerobes, A-E-R-O-B-E-S. Other bacteria that use fermentation or some other form of cellular metabolism that does not require oxygen are called anaerobes. Anaerobe is spelled A-N-A-E-R-O-B-E, anaerobe. There are different types of anaerobes. Anaerobes that cannot survive in an oxygen-containing environment are called obligate anaerobes. The presence of oxygen leads to the production of a reactive oxygen-containing radical in these species, which causes their cell death. Other bacteria can toggle between metabolic processes, using oxygen for aerobic metabolism if it's present, and switching to anaerobic metabolism if it is not. These bacteria are called facultative anaerobes. Finally, aerotolerant anaerobes are unable to use oxygen for metabolism, but are not harmed by its presence in the environment. I think that the names of the different anaerobes and aerobes really kind of help us to memorize and understand the function of that aerobe or anaerobe and what type of metabolic processes it can undergo. For example, an obligate aerobe requires oxygen for metabolism. The way that I memorized obligate aerobe is I said to myself, it's obligated to have air. It's obligated to have oxygen for metabolism. So finding little tricks like that might help you too as you go through these terms and memorize them one at a time. With an obligate anaerobe, once again, we see that word obligate. It's coming from the Latin, and we can think of the word in English when we're obligated to do something. An obligate anaerobe is obligated or requires no oxygen. A meaning without or apart from, anaerobic. Without air, without oxygen specifically. Finally, the facultative anaerobes are very special because they can toggle between the two metabolic processes. They're facultative. I like to think of them as faculty at a university. They're very good at organizing and multitasking. Or think of the word faculties. They have many faculties, many abilities. All right, I hope those tricks and tips helped you to memorize different kinds of aerobes and anaerobes. The book wants you to remember one more thing. It's in the sidebar here. It says real world. Very few pathogenic bacteria are spiral-shaped. The three most common are Treponema pallidum, the cause of syphilis, which we just mentioned, Borrelia burgdorferi, the cause of Lyme disease, which we get from ticks, and Leptospira interrogans, the cause of Weil's disease. Those are some spiral-shaped pathogenic bacteria. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.